Yeah, that looks like about it.
Welcome back to Digiverse, guys. I am playing Green Control on the right here, one of my favorite decks in the BT6 meta. And I'm going up against Diaboromon with new EX1 cards, aka the Classic Collection. You'll see right there the Kuramon. It's got the inherent effect that it will give all Digimon of the same name as itself 1000 DP. Really strong card, really good for bumping up all your tokens into huge amounts. And now the new champion, forget its name, but that card has the effect to, once per turn when one of your other Digimon with the same name as it's deleted, unsuspend this Digimon, which is really huge considering that you use your tokens as little beat sticks. And then you can unsuspend the main guy to get an additional hit in. Now I've already set up a Reflexiamon with a rookie on the side there, hopefully get in really early while my opponent is still setting up. That's one of the advantages of green, that it can cheat to a level 6 very easily. Now I get in some very cheap damage there, but now he has an unknown type Digimon in his trash, and he will get an additional 2 memory with that tamer there for giving him 2 additional memory if they have an unknown, which means he can easily go into this new Diaboromon. After spawning these 2 tokens, these tokens now have blocker, which is really huge. Especially this Diaboromon here has blocker as well. It's gaining an additional 2k, I think, and that can pump over the Reflexiamon. Now all of these guys are suspended or under 5k, so that's perfect Nihog bait. Wipe that board, get them all out of here. Very simple. And the Lilamon will come back to my hand, looking pretty alright here. Wiping that board. Now my opponent will temporarily put the Digimon in their trash accidentally, but that will fix that up very soon once they realize that they should have put him in the bottom. Especially that Chumon there, that Chumon should be in the bottom. But they get that 2 extra memory with those Black Tamers, and he's already scaling up, setting up his Mega 4 next turn, which means I better put some damage in here. One fatal mistake that I made a couple of turns ago is when I hit in with the Reflexiamon, I should have summoned another rookie with the Argomon effect, which would have gotten an additional hit into the security here. So if I had played it properly, he should have been on 0 security because I would have just hit them all out, and then I would have had the Kabutari to swing in next turn, and the Argomon here, especially when I dump out 2 more rookies. And they'll gain 3 more memory here from the Black Tamers. Now they can go up into their Diaboromon again. This one spawns tokens when they swing. They'll get 3 tokens here. I think this champion that's underneath the Diaboromon gives them rush. Yep, absolutely. They're gonna start smacking away and killing themselves in my security. But this is pretty much a play that the Diaboromon player has to do, considering that they're a little bit behind on their security checks. So Diaboromon will swing and spawn another token. This will get rid of all of my security here. And if he can play the level 7 Armageddonmon, then he can get game. But unfortunately he does not have it. Has to play the option here, killing my rookies. Now if play had gone like this and I had played another rookie to knock out that last security, then potentially I could have had game here, but perhaps my opponent had a different play. So here I could stun the Diaboromon with the Reflexiamon effect, but I think removing it is ultimately the better move, considering that he could just draw into the Armageddonmon and potentially go for game with that. So removing it, I think, is the better option with the Chaos Valder Arm. And Chaos Valder Arm is also a a significant counter to the 8 cost option that would de-digivolve and then kill anything 3 cost or less, which is what he's forced to do here. He's forced to de-digivolve it and then use an additional option to remove it with the ultimate flare. That's what it's called. So I've got a lot of memory to work with here. I think my best goal is to pump out a lot of rookies and set up a blocker here to stop him from going for the OTK. That champion, I think, gives you memory if you spawn tokens. Or play a Digimon with the same name as it, I should say. So I'm not fearing the rush, but I am fearing the Armageddonmon again, even though he hasn't shown it to me yet. So here, I think he's getting ready for the Diaboromon. He can't make it this turn, unfortunately. Going for the swing in, I match it with my Cherrymon. This was a mistake, I guess, because, well, he gets the free draw with the, well, not necessarily a draw because it wasn't a black Digimon. This will de-digivolve, and then, this is the mistake here. So I've got 2 rookies on the field and the Takumi. I do have the suspending option in my hand, the needle spray. And if I were to needle spray and then attack with my rookies, I would lose memory and it would pass turn. That's the bummer. I should have blocked with the champion instead of the ultimate, and then my opponent wouldn't have been able to remove the ultimate in any way, and then it wouldn't have been affected by the Takumi. Yeah, so some very strong technical play here, especially by the Diaboromon player, playing very smartly. In game 2 now, they've set up a ultimate, I've set up a Mimi and a champion, setting up a blocker and putting him in on exactly 1, trying to memory choke as much as possible. Kuramon here will get 2 hits in. They've got the Diaboromon and a black tamer there ready to go. That's pretty much the ultimate setup they want to get as much as they can. Now I just want to set up an early Mega, go for my Ancient Troymon, get my draw in. Now he could go for the Diaboromon here, but his setup isn't good enough. He won't be spawning any tokens without that tamer there. So the ultimate flare will hit my Troymon. He won't spawn any hybrids, unfortunately, because the ultimate flare will de-digivolve first. So the Ancient Troy itself isn't deleted, it's the rookie underneath it. Now I'm not too sure, this is a really awkward position for green. A bit of field control is okay, but it does turn his errata online, which means he will be gaining a memory at the start of his next turn, which is why I hard dropped the Ancient Troymon, because then he won't be gaining that extra memory. I will try to get as most value out as possible. The Diaboromon is inevitable, because there was no way I would have put him on exactly 1 memory and then he would go up to 2 memory. So I just have to put down the Ancient Troy, and then hopefully he won't have any way to remove it, especially considering that it has no sources underneath it, so he can't de-digivolve it, and it won't be hit by the ultimate flare. So when he swings in with the Diaboromon here, I can suspend all his Diaboromon tokens, or 2 of his Diaboromon tokens, and then I can run them over next turn with my Ancient Troy and my Lilamon. So I will get the extra egg out of here with the Mimi. This is a really interesting matchup. I'm really enjoying seeing how Diaboromon works in the new EX1 meta. I think it's definitely a competent deck in, a very competent deck in the BT6 meta. and we're definitely going to see it hitting those larger decks like Jessamon, like Security Control, like Gabumon. Very competent, especially with the fact that it can spawn out a bunch of blockers to protect itself from the OTK or protect itself from Gabumon hitting lots of times in security. So really, really strong, really nice to come into BT6, freshen up a little bit. Well-timed Nihogmon will wipe the board here, removing all their tokens. I'm sitting really pretty here, potentially removing all their security. I am threatening lethal as well, which means they're forced to play the ultimate flare to kill my blocker. Kind of low value considering it's 8 cost to remove only 1 champion. And I will have 3 swings in here at his security, with another rookie coming out next turn with the egg. Especially with the Nihog here living, so I can pump out 2 guys next turn. I keep the Terriermon here on the board, not going into security, because I want to counter his champion inherit effect, which will give him memory if he spawns Digimon the same name, aka the Diaboromon counters, or Diaboromon tokens, which is ultimately what he tries to do here, but he doesn't have enough memory to do it without passing his turn. So we'll go on to game 3. This is a really long match, a lot of back and forth, a lot of complicated fields. This is the kind of Digimon that I like to play. Lots of back and forth, longer games, lots of thought processes, not the OTK willy-nilly hit for as fast as you can kind of decks. That's why I like green so much. So early Dakumi and an ultimate in my nursery there is setting up a Nihog for whenever I need it. Now what I'm fearing the most is the Diaboromon's rush, because if he rushes in with his tokens really early and I can't Nihog to prevent him, then that will be really harsh for me, especially if he gets a very strong security lead against my Nihog. Now if I bring out the Nihog, it will be a poor hit. I don't have any needle sprays. A needle spray here would have been really nice. He will get... I hard play the Blossomon because I don't want to play a lot of bodies, considering he's got the Izzy Joe to give him 2 extra memory, as well as the Arata to get him 1 more. So I played the Blossomon. Hopefully I can go into a level 6 next turn with it, and it's sitting pretty fresh. There's no way for him to remove it really. Needle Spray will come to my hand as I suspend that Diaboromon. He knows that he's predicting anyway that the Nihog will be coming out of the nursery to wipe the board next turn. That's why he's getting in as much hits as possible with his Digimon as he can. So going in really strong. Losing a memory with the Dakumi because it is a rookie, and I will start my turn on 1. And only 1 security. Nihog here. Wiping the board is what I have to do because he is threatening lethal for next turn. He will start on 3, gaining a memory with the Weedmon, and he will gain 3, I should say. He will gain 3 memory with the Izzy Joe and the Arata. He can't pump out a Diaboromon without ending his turn, so he is setting up a Chimon. And I can't hit for much security here. 2 at max with the Blossomon and my Nihogmon. When I hit over the Chumon here, I should have spent the 2 memory with the needle spray. We both missed that. This is a more casual game. No, there wasn't any tournament here. We're really just testing out his Diaboromon deck to make sure it's ready for the store championship next week. So don't take these games too seriously, but that is something I should have done. I should have spent the 2 memory on the needle spray, and that means I probably wouldn't have been able to put out that blocker. Realistically, I should be losing the game here. which is honestly what's going to happen considering he can spawn 2 tokens here, and I only have 1 blocker. With the Diaboromon hitting, it'll take out the last of my security. I can block one of these swings, but I can't block the next one, and that is game. Diaboromon rightfully taking the match, despite my needle spray without any memory cost. Diaboromon, absolute monster in BT6 and EX format. You're definitely going to be seeing these in the top tables next month in January once America gets the EX set. Thank you guys for watching, and I have a deck profile of Diaboromon coming out tomorrow, so definitely check that one out. See you guys next time.